Hi. Uh-oh. Let me turn my overlay off. Hello. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Kimberly J. Sims, and I'm the founder of Wits and Poetry. And we are so excited that you are joining us here tonight for our final show of 2020. Hopefully, many things will be coming to an end along with 2020. But we have had a lot of really great poetry shows over the past year. And I'm very excited about our lineup tonight. We have 5 poets that we're going to be sharing with you as they read some poems direct from their own homes. In addition, we're also going to be looking at 2 poems that are on our new YouTube channel. We're looking at 2 poems from our archive, and we're going to kind of be reacting to those as well. So it's going to be a really fabulous show. The other thing that we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to be making announcements about when we're going back to Coffee Underground, about shows that are going to be happening in 2021. So I'm so glad that y'all have tuned in tonight. Hopefully we got some Greenville folks here, some South Carolina and beyond folks. I am just chatting for a few minutes because I want people to have a chance to kind of get on the live feed. I don't want anyone to miss any poetry. But we are typically at Coffee Underground every Sunday night. We have not been at Coffee since March 15th, 2020, but we will be going back in the new year, and I'm going to announce that date later on in the show. We've also done 2 live events at a wonderful gallery called Artistry, thanks to the help of the Metropolitan Arts Council. Shout out also to the Metropolitan Arts Council, who helped us to buy the software to do these multicast events. So right now we are multicasting both to our Facebook page, but we're also live on YouTube. So if you want to sit on your couch and turn on your smart TV and go to the Facebook page, the YouTube channel, Carolina Poets, you can also watch this broadcast there as well. So our poets tonight is we're going to be having Moody Black coming up first, who is longtime host of the Say What Open Mic, as well as Miss Mosley, who's a member of the current Greenville Slam team. And then we're going to be looking at 2 videos from the archive and just kind of a quick poetry discussion. And then we're going to be hearing from C.P. Mays and Justin Blackburn. So it's really going to be an absolutely fabulous show, and I'm so excited that you guys are all here. If you're watching, definitely like the feed. You can actually share the feed to your own page. You can comment. We can see those comments in live stream. So if you have questions or anything like that to the show, just throw those comments into the chat, and we'll kind of circle back and get to those as we can. Definitely give us a shout out where you're watching from. Are you watching from Greenville or Carolina or England or wherever it is that you are in this international event? But I do want to go ahead and bring to the stage a longtime friend of mine, Mr. Moody Black. He is an international performer. He's toured extensively across the United States. He's a TEDx speaker. He was the 2015 Open Mic Host of the Year. He's been a finalist at the Southern Fried Poetry Slam multiple times and a semifinalist at the National Poetry Slam. He has been the Grand Slam champion for Greenville, South Carolina many, many times. So without any further ado, everyone give him a virtual round of applause as they bring to the stage Mr. Moody Black. Hey.
All right, there we go. I think I'm good.
How's it going?
It's going fantastic. I can't. How are you doing?
I'm great. I can't wait till we can be doing this together again.
I know.
Back in the real world.
Right? Well, it's definitely an honor to be here. Thank you for having me. And we always love what you do for being a pioneer in not only the upstate, but the whole state of South Carolina. We salute.
I appreciate that, sir. Well, I'm gonna step backstage here and let you share a few poems, and I'll step back on here in a few minutes.
Okay, cool. All right, everybody in the virtual world. Excuse my beard. It's all kind of crazy ways, but I have some oldies but goodies, some poems I haven't committed to memory that I want to share with you guys. And thank y'all for listening. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be here, right here. I am Moody Black. I am Moody Black for everything on social media. This first poem I'm going to read is an ode to one of my many favorite writers, Mr. Carl Sandburg. And this is called An Ode to Carl, a compilation of his titles. All right, trying to get my beard right. Here we go. Carl Sandburg once wrote poetry in an echo. He once wrote poetry is an echo, asking a shadow to dance. So I make sure every day I yell under the harvest moon to make sure my echo is heard. Making sure there's a shadow dancing a two-step to my stanza. See, I came from the wilderness, from 3 pieces on the smoke of autumn with the winter wind whispering in my words. So this is a father to his son with accomplished facts, a broken tabernacle, prayers of steel, dust, and a rhythmic howl in the dark, the bellow of a few laughs and broken dreams, because hope is a tattered flag, an apron of silence screaming to be worn, like the fire pages of this graceland, fire that show the shadows dancing in the distance, listening to my echoes. And that's that piece. Pardon me 1 minute, I'm going to put my headphones on, because I just for a split second forgot I got cheering. We're going to be making noise. So I'm going to make sure we tune them out. There you go. And the headphones make my hat look better anyway, so we're going to put that on there. Oh, I got them on right? Okay, yeah, here we go. Plug this up real quick, y'all, if y'all don't mind. If I can get it right. Today, everything want to work crazy, so I do apologize. So this next piece is, I guess, more of a commentary type piece, especially since we're having all kind of things going on in the world today. Here we go. Yes, perfect. This is called Everything Us. It is crossing state line to emancipation. It is the midnight sky filled with Jim Crows. It is by any means necessary to have a dream. It is looking for God and liberation. It is revival tent hallelujahs. It is Miss Ann loaning some sugar in a cup. It is having the rent right before eviction. It is accepting the kinks and coils of hair roots. It is black power fist in the air. A whole bunch of black power fists in the air. It is graduation from Ivy League College, graduation from HBCU. It is grandma saying you graduate. It is peaceful protest with results. It is incense and shea butter. It is wearing dashiki while watching Marvel's Black Panther movie. It is pretending Wakanda is real. It is making Wakanda real. It is being Hotep. It is being Christian. It is being Muslim. It is being 5%. It is being agnostic. It is being without judgment. It is finally being considered human. It is being a man, a womb man. It is woke. It is wisdom. It is being free. It is hood. It is projects. It is suburbs. It is the country. It is talking like you had a job interview. It is talking like you hanging with the homies. It is being at home no matter where you at. It is recognizing your roots. It is respecting the tree. It's fighting to protect the tree. It is the same tree that bore strange fruit. It is why we are mad. It is why we fight. It is fighting to be free. It is being mad for being enslaved. It is being mad and doing something about it. It is being mad with a plan. It is not letting your anger mess up the plan. It is educating the uneducated. It is proper education. It is feeding our children. It is also feeding our children. It is free breakfast program. It is self-defense. Funny that it's Black Panther before the movie. It is wearing our dashikis like we were in Oakland. It's like we were marching in Selma. It is making fair and just laws so we never have to march in Selma. It is government telling the truth. It is everyone who's trying to make America great again accepting the truth. It is truth. It is we were free. It is we were stolen. It is we were whipped, beaten, murdered. It is escape. It is being fooled that we were free. It is Jim Crow laws. It is civil rights. It is not that long ago. It is we have got a ways to go. It is hope. It's we got to use what we got. It is we are all we got. It is everything. Us. That's that piece. Once again, I am Moody Black. For those that's tuned in, you can find me. I am Moody Black, Twitter, Instagram, and all that. So please check me out. Check me out. Let's see here. All right. And this is like a couple of these pieces of new, like fresh ink. I haven't even had a chance to do my third edit. I try to do at least 3 edits. This is my second edit, and I'm not really comfortable at the end, but I'm gonna share it with y'all, so y'all let me know what y'all think. This is called Jim Crow's. We on the same vein, the same social commentary vein. So y'all, let me know what you think. Did you know that Thomas Dartmouth Rice, a white actor who used blackface, helped make the term Jim Crow popular? Took an old Kentucky song along with old wrongs, made a minstrel show of the mistreatment of black folk. Made a mockery of our folk with over-the-top mannerisms. He would shuck and jive to joke about the possibility of us having civil rights. He would excessively strut, bulge his eyes, and talk that ignorant talk and use air quotations and say, it's the black way. Did you know to jimmy something to mean to shake it loose? That most people regard crows as some ugly birds. They would intentionally feed the crows corn whiskey, to shake them loose. Boy, them crows would jump so high, stumbling around in a drunken stupor, they didn't respect them birds at all, because they be way past midnight black. They call an unfamiliar tribal tune to the ears of vultures. So just like my people, to keep us inebriated, distracted, stumbling, pecking for crumbs, always grabbing one of us from our flock. Look at how that crow jumped with that rope around his neck. They would get together and hang one of us high for the show. Sounds like more like a murder. Did you know a gathering of crows is called a murder? What's even popular nowadays when the country gathers up a bunch of black folk is usually just called a murder? Don't that just ruffle your feathers? How Black Death is entertainment for whites in blackface? With a song that make a whole era keep us separate but equal. But when it's time to face the music, there's really no equality. Making the tears roll on the Jim Crows in my feet, on my eyes. I get so tired of having to see my people die, and nothing is done about it. So this crow shoe forces us to fly the unfriendly skies, nowhere to land or call home. Just when we think we got a field to feast, they throw up scarecrows called the police. So they pull up in your nest and sink one in your chest and bust in your beak. Before you even have a chance to speak, they will be on the tail of your last breath. So how do you want your Jim Crow? A revolution will not be televised with history? How about Kentucky Fried Can't Get Your Freedom? I'll bait with the beat down for police brutality, but I'm tired of this Mr. Show these folk be playing. This continuous slaying of my people, it is for the birds. But did you know there are several species of crow? Like the raven, like rook. So look how they slide and maneuver in this chess game. But they keep pushing our peace. They keep pushing our peace. They're going to find us rapping and tapping at their door. This racial injustice never more. So allow us to get what we're supposed to get, to fly freedom in these skies, to be properly fed without this inebriation called injustice. And that's that piece that I'm still working on. Hope y'all digging that. I'm not gonna take too much of your time. I got a few more pieces going to share with y'all. Once again, I am Moody Black. I have a new hip hop CD. Y'all check it out. It is on every downloading streaming platform. It's called Manifest. Sharing some personal insight on things, and then just talking about how we got to manifest the things we want in life. We have to speak those things. So definitely worth checking out. New single being released. It's called Enjoy the Ride, featuring Miss Sunbird, Stephanie Ivy from St. Louis, Missouri. Uplifting song. Definitely jamming. Check it out. Manifest on every streaming platform. Add me to your Spotify playlist. All right, something more upbeat, more positive. I do believe we have to make sure we affirm ourselves every single day. We have to look at the positive things we have, not really focus on all the negativity, especially these days and times in 2020. So much going on. We have to make sure we keep positive, to keep something positive around us, to keep saying positive things to ourselves when we look in the mirror. So this is for you. Love yourself. Be somewhere over the rainbow beautiful. Burst into the atmosphere, fly fearless. Fasten your faith, buckle up with your purpose, and jet propel to excel to another level of loving yourself. So every morning when you get up, be a sunrise, overcoming your darkest fears. Look in your mirror and tell yourself how great you is, despite your flaws, and tell yourself, I love you 3 times a day, each time in a different language. Love yourself through the thick and thin. Love yourself thick or thin, even when it seems like you're losing, tell yourself you're gonna win. No matter what you got going on, be you, be authentic, because everybody else is who they are. So just be you and love yourself. Even when you fall, be an autumn leaf remembering the summer in your soul. And when times get really hot, Be a bonfire melting the winter solstice of your worries. Then dance like it's no tomorrow. And if you can't dance, shoot, dance anyway. Because love is a rhythm that moves us. And everybody got a two-step. But just take the first step and love yourself. No matter where you at in your life, good or bad. If you fall 7 times, get up 8. It's never too late to stand straight with love in your left hand and a fist filled with dreams in your right. And put yourself in position to pursue your purpose and just love yourself. And that is that piece. I got one more for y'all. I'm gonna get out y'all here because I'm definitely want to sit back and enjoy the lineup of poets that's here tonight. Once again, shout out to Kim and our organization with Saying Poetry for really giving us a platform through these trying times. So thanks once again to Kim, and I'm looking forward to hearing the rest of these poets. That I'm definitely a fan of all these poets that's here tonight. I'm gonna sip from my Moody Black mug that you can order on my website. I am moodyblack.com. There you go. Last piece. Thank y'all so much for being here. I'm really just I'm giddy right. I'm a fan that I really want to get through this. I want y'all to enjoy my work, but I really want to sit back and enjoy the work of these poets that's on this lineup tonight. All right. This last piece, I do have a video on my YouTube page. Please subscribe. This is called Jokers with the triple K in the middle. Yeah, let's get into it. I know nothing's funny. See, I have a condition. I have psychopathic laughter. And for me, it's something I can't control. I mean, why crawl over something that does not make any sense? Like when James Harris Jackson, a white man, followed Timothy Coffin, a 66-year-old black man, and stabbed him repeatedly with a sword. After turning himself in, he stated, "I was looking to get black men scared and have them do reciprocal attacks and inspire white men to do similar things." Isn't that crazy? Or like Emmett Till, at age 14, was accused of whistling at a white woman. When that lady's husband heard about it, him and his goons hunted him down, gouged out his eyes, shot him in the head, and then threw his body tied to a cotton gin fan with barbed wire into the Tallahatchie River. And y'all wonder why we are scared. We always knew that they kill black people, no matter 14 or 66. And now I'm always smiling, still considered second-class citizens, still have to ask for civil liberties, still told them the past goal, but the past got close to a 500-year chokehold on my people. It's a killing joke. I'm sorry. I know nothing's funny. See, I have a condition. I have psychopathic laughter. But for me, it's something I can't control. But it's funny how one race don't like another race because of how another race looks or thinks, or they think we don't have the capabilities to think. They think we're expendable. It seems like they lost their minds. That's why we keep losing our Oscar Grants, Trayvon Martins, Sandra Bland's, Philando Castiles, and still people are tired of hearing their names in the poems. But if you don't say their names, they died twice. Isn't that funny? All the key when they're killing us. It's a knee slapper when they slap us in the face. A hardy har when a black body. It's me, or it's getting crazy out there because there's no more Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. They made a suicide squad of our Black Panthers. We're just hoping a dark night returns because there's always a death in the family, a sunset troubling the innocent because they keep promising us the dawn of a new day. Isn't that funny? America, we've been scared of young white males who go up to wear white to cover up their faces and paint a smile with the blood of black folk and kill for the fun of it. But America sympathizes with those jokers as long as it's black people dying. It's a manslaughter of cracking up, a lynching of giggles. It's an assassination that'll leave you in stitches. They were telling Ruth our will to live. I know nothing's funny. See, I have a condition. I have psychopathic laughter. And sometimes you gotta laugh to keep from crying. And it seems whether we live or die is something we can't control. Isn't that funny? That's that piece, y'all. Thank y'all once again for having me. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kim. Oh, I can't hear you. Is it me?
Wow, that
There
was
you go.
so great. I always love hearing that last piece. It's so fabulous. It's a newer piece, but like I love the way it's
Well,
like
thank
really
you.
come together. Really
Well,
awesome.
Once I get it down.
Yeah, you win some slams with that thing.
We'll see. Let's see.
Some good
Well,
stuff
thank
there.
you. Thank you for having me. I
Yeah.
appreciate being. I'm honored to be on the lineup. These guys are amazing. So I'm looking
It's
forward
good.
to sit back.
We're lucky. I mean, it's really amazing the amount of talent that is in the Carolinas.
Oh yeah.
I don't think people. It's funny. Richard Garcia, who is a well-known page poet, said the other day that he lives in California and he lives in South Carolina. He said the difference between the two poets is that in Carolina, there's some just mad talented poets, but they're very humble and they're very understated, and they don't necessarily realize what amazing poets they are. But he said it was kind of the opposite in California, that people kind of put themselves to be a little bit more than they really are, which I thought was kind of an interesting comment.
Wow,
about how humble the poets in this region are. But yeah, we have just so much talent.
We do.
Well, awesome. Thank you, Mooney. I'm going to put you backstage while we have Myth, and then I'm going to bring you and everybody up, and we're going to do a little reaction thing.
Okay.
It's going to be fun. We're trying some new stuff here.
Okay.
Cool. All right, sir. I will see you in a few minutes. That was so great. Thank you again to Moody Black. I'm very excited about this next poet, Samuel Mythman Mosley. If you want to follow him on Instagram, his Instagram handle is at Mythman Mosley. He's a very talented poet. He has a new book coming out. He's a published poet and a performance poet. He ran poetry events in Augusta, Georgia for a long time, and is now living in the upstate. He's a member of the 2020-2021 Say What Greenville Slam team. He also has work featured in one of the One GVL Arts murals along with Moody Black. So if you're in the Greenville region, there's a driving tour of these 5 poetry murals that you can see on the west side of Greenville. And so you can go to www.1GVLArts and do the driving tour. There's actually writing prompts on the website that goes with each of the different murals. So definitely check that out. So give a round of applause virtually for Miss Mosley here.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Hi. I'm so glad to have you here tonight. How's it been going?
Oh, I mean, inside. That's how it's been going.
Right. I've been inside a lot too. Yes. I've been at home a lot.
I took that trip today. I was like, yo, like it's so weird. Like, I don't know. I'm not used to this. I'm ready to be back at Coffee Underground or wherever else we're going, because I miss folk. I miss y'all. Y'all some beautiful people.
I mean, yeah, it's like you kind of stay in touch, but then it is kind of at a certain point you're like, man, I need to talk to a human in person.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I'm gonna step backstage here, and I can't wait to hear these. Just always just love everything that you write. So I'm excited.
Thank you. That means a lot. All right, cool. So I'm gonna hit y'all with a couple of quick ones. I'm not trying to hold y'all. They weren't lying about the talent, just in general. Shout out to Moody. Those are awesome, and the ones that I haven't heard are amazing. Yeah, you got a lot to live up to. Those are some big shoes. I'm just going to go ahead and start with a quick intro. Martin Luther King's lucid dream came alive, fell asleep, and had a dream of his own. In it, I was chasing the white rabbit. The reason why it doesn't matter, it's just important to catch it. But it's magic. It jumps through a mirror and cracks it like a dream catcher. Bitterness, sadness, oozes from the mirror like acid, corrodes a hole in the floor below. The shadows grasp and grip my ankles and drag me down to the depths of my madness. A voice breaks the void. Black boy, define your own blackness. My third eye flashes, but the light is jagged. It rips me ragged, naked, surrounded by silver grills and 24-karat chains. My toes touch gold and the jewelry hisses. This ice is cold, so the grills chatter at my ankles. They glitter and they bite, But without tongues, they can only mumble. So I wrap my hands around one, bring it to my face. I have a smile to replace, but it turns around to me and say, I wish that you would, nigga. You were never meant to be a hood, nigga. It jumps out my hands and the grills and the chains slither back into the darkness where I can just barely make out the beat or trap themes, hate it or love it. Does God love the pious because they are pious? Same question. Are hood niggas just born to be thugging? Is that the reason God loves them? Because that would mean God loves equal the priest and the fiend. God forgive them. I hope all their lost time is returned in the futures of their children. The soul of black folk, where is it? A hand covers my face and I'm baptized in every line hip hop has ever written. Beneath the cold flows of the river, I watch jazz poets swim cocktails and the bongo drums they're hidden. Every time that you hit them, a vibe. A vibe travels down your family line. Feel your spine, electric slide to the beat of the rhythm. When I'm brought up for air, the white rabbit is in my grip and I always thought it was funny, was I in front of the mic whenever your matrix get the glitching. Cool. If y'all are snapping out there, I need y'all to snap a little bit higher so I can, hear y'all possibly. You know how cyber stuff works. I'm going to go into my next poem. I'm going to go ahead and pull this one out of my book, The Bee. This is Heaven Be a Black Land. If you're interested in the words that I say, this is a great place to find them. So be on the lookout for this. I'm really looking forward to dropping this for y'all. I hope that y'all are excited for it. This poem right here is called A Garden in Harlem. The muse blooms like a garden in Harlem. The city never sleeps, so she never dies. She be reaching for God, teasing heaven with rigid fingers, gathering dust from the clouds. She be writing messages. Heaven, I want to be like you one day, but this here earth got me down. Heaven doesn't have gravity. Thus our far-reaching ambitions are as mortal as we are. They die in the worlds between realities, yet still the city dreams on. The city makes her own stars each night like, heaven, I want to be like you one day, but this here earth got me down. I turn a corner on 5th and Main. A dog shits in the street. He looks too similar to the man holding the leash. Whole time, great half-dead centipedes traipse beneath the bellies of the ghettos full of people. They dig past the hells the souls fall easily into whenever the rats tip the city sideways, like a falling church steeple. The city, she sweats lust, she sweats desire, and I think I may love her with the gap-toothed smile of a nigga from the South. Now, with that one out of the way, that was my, that was just a taste. That was just a teaser of what you're going to get in Heaven Be a Black Land. I got another quickie for those who follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at MythmanMosley, MythmanMosley, because that's where I write all my new stuff. Like, it makes no sense that if I'm writing, I don't just automatically post it up and I get to put thirst trap pictures out at the same time. It just makes a lot of sense for my brand. With that said, I do have a new piece on my Instagram. You should check it out because I haven't performed it before. This is called Something by Snarky Puppy. I was born to speak with multiple voices at once. How Layla Hathaway sing. When I say your name, it's with many meanings. It's diamonds gleaming on the flat top of night's highway, speeding the night, an obsidian smile. To those who've never seen the holy walk, it's watching incense waft. How many chords of a siren song, all of them you are, smiling, whispers about the night before us and the nights before us, drunk on words, slurred, a moaning like syrup. I keep thinking about your meaning and your purpose as I'm waiting for Layla Hathaway to find another voice in her handbag. That is Something by Snarky Puppy. And I got one more I'm gonna get out of y'all's hair. I get out of my own hair, but I ain't got none. Man, being black will make you feel like you gone crazy. Every day I find myself in all white rooms, like an asylum. I feel restrained, defamed, my smile, the eclipse of my double conscious. So I keep it hidden. Black skin need the white mask. France Fanon is living on to those who know me at a glance, because every day I bathe my face in white paint like a praise dance in my cotton minstrel show gloves for the struggle I symbolize, because when the barriers are invisible and the ceiling is glass, you'll never see the real me. I'm Ralph Ellison's invisible man, because I can walk like I am, because I can talk like I am. Shoot, if you close your eyes, you might even think I was white. But even the bluest eye can turn the color purple in the right light. You see, I'm prismatic. We, people of color, glow like double rainbows down trails of tears of our ancestors. When those tears run off to the ocean, the earth crumbles and softens. In every hurricane season, they wash away slave ports like New Orleans, Mobile, and Charleston. And I just watch while reading Elijah Muhammad and putting the final nails into Uncle Tom's coffin. But you can't see it. I keep that truth of me hidden. You'd have to view me in a black light on the right night, when the stars align like a light bright, when the moon's hues are blues like Miles Davis and Papa Legba get their hexing. I turn black like the last poets with the voice of George Jefferson. Black like Afro puffs, do-rags and boosie fades. Black like old school Yeezy, Walker, and Lil Wayne mixtapes. Black like the bud of black like the bud of Bernie Mac cigar. Black like Fubu, black like Finney, black like Spodioti Doublelicious on repeat, black like darkness, black like a Chappelle show skit, black like the trigger finger of Nat Turner's musket becomes the trigger finger of Malcolm X's automatic looking out the window. I'm talking some black shit. I'm talking black like Eve. I'm talking black like Adam. I'm talking black like Sammy Davis Jr.'s glass eye becomes Kanye West's glass eye. That's a cultural vision. So half blind and left black culture with a black eye. I'm talking black. I'm talking Martin Luther King meets Coretta Scott for a stroll through Atlanta. The birds sing the black national anthem when the deltas and sigmas get the stepping. But you have PWIs, and I'm a master of my disguise. So I hide this black skin neath a white mask, and I changed my name to Rorschach. Black like the ink blot. Because you may think you know what I am, but all you really see is who you are. Cool. That's all I got. Save me.
Awesome. That was great. And I love the fact you ended on that poem. Folks can drive down Rutherford Road and see the very end of that poem on a building.
And so I appreciate you so much for that. It's so amazing to me.
I mean, it's awesome just that we're at a point in the world where, poetry has really made such a revival. But definitely, where can people buy your book again? Is it out yet, or it's coming out imminently?
I am pushing presses right now. I am seeing who's trying to pick it up. I would love a black press of some kind. I've been watching a lot of Amiri Baraka interviews lately. It is what it is, but if I have to self-publish it, it'll be out very soon.
Great. I mean, just getting out there is an important thing. So, I think with indie presses, you're going to have to promote your work so hard yourself, whether you're on a traditional press or self-publishing. The indie presses, it's not that much of a difference. But I love your work. That was fabulous. And actually, I'm going to bring Moody back on. Moody, I'm bringing you back on for a second. Because while we had two of our hosts here, Miss Man and Moody both help host Sunday nights in our virtual shows. And so we wanted to announce tonight that we will be back at Coffee, and everyone write this down, January 17th. The audience, y'all know this. Y'all know we're doing this January 17th. And the reason that's such a great date is because that Monday is Martin Luther King, is the Martin Luther King holiday.
One more time for me.
It's January 17th.
I didn't hear you.
January 17th.
Okay, I had to make sure.
Yeah, make sure. It's January 17th. I'm really excited. But here's the catch. We're going to operate. So we can sell up to 72 tickets in there, but we are going to operate at 25% capacity. So we're only going to have 18 tickets for sale.
Okay.
I'm putting that up for sale tomorrow, everyone. So if you're in Greenville, you know those 18 tickets are going to go
fast. Gonna go fast.
They're going to go fast. But then we'll be there every Sunday at the limited capacity until the end of time or the pandemic ends, whichever one comes first. But then also, the other thing to put on your calendars is we don't have today, but in February we are going to do a Black History Month Slam offsite. So that's lots to look forward to in 2021. But one of the things that we, as a nonprofit, with Moody and Mythman and Darrell Dove and all of our folks, is we've actually created a YouTube channel, and I'm really excited tonight because I think most of our viewers are on our YouTube channel right now, which is amazing. And you may have noticed we do have about 30 poems that are from our archive up that came back from the early days of the Coffee and Ground between kind of 2006, 2008. And so we're actually going to, we wanted to kind of show one of those vintage films right now. Awesome. And this is a poem from Teresa Davis. Of course, it's a slam poem. And this is from the very first Queen of the South Slam that ever happened back in I think it's 2006 or maybe 2007. It kind of blurs together. So I'm going to bring virtually on stage Teresa Davis. Ooh, Justin's backstage. Hi, Justin. I'm going to bring him on for a second. Hey,
what's up?
My man.
What's
up, bro?
Great. Thanks for having me. Y'all were awesome.
This is so exciting.
So
Justin has been coming out to Wits End since like 2004 as well. He's been coming out.
2002.
Yeah, 2003. Justin was coming when I was coming.
No, you were. You're right, Justin. You were coming. We were at you started coming with Betty Pearls back in 2003.
Yeah,
Betty Pearls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
I remember seeing Justin.
You're super old school too. In a fun way.
Justin the OG, man. He's an OG.
Yeah. He's the OG. Well, I'm going to bring Teresa on here. And so this is kind of cool. But one of the things I did want to mention is that I think that's such a great example of a live performance versus like sometimes you go and you see like pre-recorded performances of poets. And I just think there's something magical about Poetry Slam, the live element. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
I agree wholeheartedly. Because you feel the energy. You in the room with it, and plus with everybody else's energy, you get that vibe and everybody into it. You feel part of it. You're part of an experience.
Everybody's hanging on to every word, Yeah. Especially when they're really caring about the score, because it turns it into that competition. Everybody's like, oh my God, It's like and Teresa's amazing. She's
I'm about to say, forget a slam. Just Teresa. Teresa is and she is a star. Teresa's she is a rock star. She has her own style, her own swagger, and she performs. She's a performer.
Right.
Yeah. So she bring you in the poem when she gets on stage, man. It's a wrap. She is that rock star.
She is. And that's the other question I have though. I mean, that was a decade ago. Like, are we closer as poets to getting to be rock stars yet?
No.
Maybe. Yeah, I would say so.
I'm gonna say yeah. We get closer.
Rudy was on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, Rudy Francisco. Yeah, I see that.
Good point.
Yeah, Rudy. But I think because of, especially nowadays since COVID, I think poets are everywhere. Even more. I mean, even have a broader range than we once had. I think we was getting there, but I think especially this year since COVID, poets and especially since Brandon won American Got Talent.
That
really put us out there. Like now they for real. Like, okay, poets for real. I mean, this guy a poet won. Beat out singers and musicians. This poet one, American Got Talent. So I think it's really getting there. Like that really pushes up and everything else that's been going on because there's open mics everywhere and poets everywhere, hosting an open mic everywhere. So you're going to run into some poetry and people who write are coming out the closet doing it.
I do want to say this is where I agree and I disagree. Just off the strength of it's glad that, you know, we got people out there. We got people who are shown as poets. But in both of those spaces, you know, those were TV shows that really showed that off. And based on like how many TV shows and everything are out there, I'm not going to be happy until we got another Love Jones or Slam or some kind of cinematic something representing poets that isn't Chirac. And when that is like more common to me, those are the movies that inspired me into poetry in the first place. So that's what
they are out there. They are out there. I'm with you, Justin, but they are out there. I mean, you named a couple movies, but the Madea movies, they're there. Whether it's your cup of tea or not, and it's not my cup of tea. Whether it's your cup of tea or not, it's exposing people to what we do. Now it may be in a manner in which you may like, well, that ain't real poetry. Regardless of what, people are getting exposed to the element of what we do on another level. You know what I'm saying?
That? Jump 21 when that dude did that poet making fun of slam poetry. I'll tell some people that don't know about slam poetry and they'll be like, oh yeah, like Jump 21.
Exactly.
Nah,
not at all.
Nah, he's making a spoof. It's a parody of it. Jonah Hill did a poem. It was funny, you know, but let people know that is not what it is.
Yeah.
All right. I just brought Maze in here.
Maze, my man.
What's up, Maze?
Now we're going to talk about a poem, and I invite the audience to watch this poem afterwards. I'm going to show it to you on YouTube. And this poem, look, there's Moody when he's really young.
I have a beard. I was clean faced.
You really?
I know the sound isn't going to work, but
it's a clone. I'm a Moody clone.
But there is a number of poems by Tavis Brunson that are available on the YouTube channel. And this particular poem that I had wanted to share, and I'm not going to because of the sound issue, but this is called Click. And I think that Maze and you're probably definitely familiar with this, but this is his poem that's actually, to me, is almost like the call to action for the concrete generation. And in this poem, I'm going to put Tavis backstage for a minute. For those of you who don't know, Tavis Brunson was an amazing poet. He was one of the founders of the concrete generation. He was out of Columbia. We lost him, I think maybe 4 or 5. Has it been 5 years ago?
2016.
Yeah, it's 4 years.
4 years. And so October Octavius, is that what we call it?
Yes,
Octavius. Octavius. We released
Octavius.
Octavius because that's when Tavis's birthday was. It was Tavis Brunson, aka the minister. And he actually, a lot of people don't know this, but Tavis started coming out to Wits and Poetry back in 2002. I think we'd only had like one slam. And Tavis was driving up from Columbia because they did not have a slam in Columbia yet. So he was one of the first. Him and Exodus from Columbia were.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Yes. Super early on the scene. And then, about maybe a couple months after, about 6 months after Wits End, Columbia and Charlotte got started back up again or started up. But this poem, Click, Maze, do you want to talk about what was the concrete generation or what is the concrete generation? Because I know that there's still a lot of concrete poets out there.
Oh man, that's a tricky question.
I know.
How can I put it? Well, one, I think the way our fusion and this concrete thing and how this call to arms that Tavis does in the Click poem,
Keep it concrete.
The concrete became, I think Carlos started it at an open mic. We'd be like, next coming up on the mic, we're bringing up Kimberly Sims, Keep It Concrete. Like it became this just call. Then the crazy part is that we all stayed on one street. Somehow we moved and took over in the street. So, like, a lot of people don't know, like, that's how our groove and family love started. It was like one house, Fillmore, Swan, Star. In my house, we had 2 musicians, Q, Ocean, and another house was Tavis. Like, we literally would not lock our doors. And the poet just all up in your house and be like, yo, I got to meet this.
Y'all had to go like the Carter. It was a Carter in New Jack City.
So, like, that became Country Generation. Like, unknowingly, I don't know, it became our walk in the street, and that's feeding off of playwrights and musicians and exercise physiologists and anthropologists. Like, this coterie of crazy little fuckers just kind of came together.
Oh, man.
It worked.
Awesome. Justin, you were around at that time too. I mean, you definitely saw definitely a lot of shows at Coffee with Tavis there live.
Yeah, I love Tavis. I've known Tavis since 2004 because I lived in Columbia.
That's
when
right.
Tavis was in Columbia.
Right.
And Exodus and I would go to the open mics and Silver Dagger.
Yeah. Silver Dagger.
And just Cause used to take me around a lot to different shows. But yeah, I mean, Tavis is amazing. I mean, his poetry is like unmatched. Like that poem that you're talking about, just like the beginning of that poem, it just draws you in.
Right.
Like, I don't know, just like
Kim, do we have
the way he just takes you to all these different places in that poem? And
it's imagery and internal rhyme scheme.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy in that poem.
Yeah.
And I apologize, Justin. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's okay, man. You can cut me off, man. You go.
Nah. I thought
What's
you
up,
were
man?
done. I don't. Well, now, do we have a copy of Stacy and Tavis doing that group piece?
Wow, that's powerful.
We might.
I've seen it somewhere, and maybe one of the DVDs you gave us earlier when we were studying the slam when we was first starting. Oh,
yes, because I have a box. Yeah, because we got a camera in 2006. So I wanted to start a YouTube channel, but at that time it would take me like 2 hours to upload 1 3-minute video. So I was like, it's not.
I remember that.
So
that hard, man.
But we recorded everything for like 3 years, and so I have this giant box of DVR tapes that we're kind of digging through. I mean, it's like, and then I have all the stuff from the World Poetry Slam too, all the B footage that didn't make it onto the final. So that stuff is going to start appearing. Maze Forever, shout out to Maze, was in the 2004 World Poetry Slam. That was the first one ever that was in Greenville, South Carolina. So that footage is going to come out next year too. So
and see, I'm glad you said. I'm glad you said that. I want people to hear it right now, man. Kim, you don't get your props. People don't realize a lot of stuff started at West End, man. The first I Wilts, Greenville. The whole concept of the Wouts started with Kim because we had the Queen of South Slam first. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They took that, You know what I'm saying? So I'm giving you flowers while you're living. You know what I'm saying?
Kim's a legend. I mean, you've been so consistent for so many years, and
facts, man, facts.
So many great shows, which is like a difficult thing to do. Just constantly it's great shows year after year.
Yeah. It's really weird during the pandemic because I've been going to a poetry show a week since I was 18 years old, and now I'm not 18. Like, I started. I started an open mic back in a slam in 1994 in Charleston, South Carolina. And so this has been really weird for me. Like
first slam in South Carolina. The first slam now. Think about that. In South Carolina.
Back where the dinosaurs were roaming.
What venue was that?
I was at the Horse and Cart on King Street.
Okay.
And we were certified with PSI. I was like back when PSI used to send out this paper newsletter.
The paper newsletter.
It was a paper because there wasn't the internet. There was no internet really.
So you watch poetry mutate and grow like over a decade.
It's been fun. It's been fun. So anyways, I'm going to get off of here for a minute, actually, because I would love to hear, we want to hear CP Mays. Now, Mays does have a poem that's also on the YouTube channel, and I actually have more footage of Mays that is going to be coming up in 2021 onto the YouTube channel. The poem that's by what used to be called Mays Forever, the poet formerly known as Mays Forever. Now
I got the CD. I got Mays Forever CD, baby. Huh?
Yes, I think I have a chapbook. But basically, I definitely invite folks to go check it out. The actual poem is from the Spine Tingling Poetry Slam. It's a Wits End event, but we actually did it in Spartanburg. It was actually at the Hub City in Spartanburg, used to have its own venue, and that we partnered with them. Well, anyhow, let's all jump backstage, and we're going to put Mays on the spot here.
Yeah.
The
godfather of it all right here, man, CP Mays.
Oh, no pressure. No pressure. Shout outs to Myth and Moody. Like, I like studying people's code. Moody has this rhythm that he puts on the backbone of rhetorical questions, which is super dope to watch. And Myth, not knowing a lot of his work, he does this thing with imagery and fuses it with this like social surrealism that he'll pop in and pop out. Like, and I'm not gonna even get on Justin. Like, I just want to wait till Justin comes on. So thank y'all for allowing me to come through. Let me get a poem out. It's called Loaded Dice, I'm Not the One. Okay. Last year, I was voted most likely not to succeed with second chances. Currently, I hold the world's record for most failed attempts at saying I love you when it counts. I catered all the Merlot, manna, and mustard seeds for the final farewell party Jesus threw at his Last Supper. Hey, never ask angels auctioning off their prayers if they was just bored and needed something else to do. Last night, I caught a glimmering glimpse of a suicidal firefly flicking off its own light switch and cried. Can't explain why in my second past life, I was the first to throw Yeshua a baby shower, but I did. Can't explain why he got kicked out of heaven, maybe hell, just knew Satan needed a second job. Can't explain why turning water into wine turned wise men into winos. Jesus was just being a little too flashy. I'ma crack a jaw, crack a rib, can't seem to crack an honest smile. Screwed up nutcase, crackpot's gambit. I'm a gambling, going all in. God's got a gut feeling I'm not playing by the house rules anymore. I'ma drop a dime inside that slot machine, yank that lever, knowing that I brought thunderstorms with me. Might go broke or break even or break the bank. Soul has a few stacks of cold shoulder chips left to play with. A poker face player playing with a pair of loaded dice for eyes. I'm a misplaced safe bet miracle, call me. Raising money for folk who can't afford to go to heaven, as if Christ forgot what it cost him to get there. Risking risky wages with wise men who are watching me raise antes like I ain't wear aces up sleeves. Death, youngest baby girl, blew me kisses from across the room. She asked me to unbutton my don't hold back halo holding up my jeans. Beg my bad intentions to break her low tide tight lips with a high tide here. Hold these orgasms in your mouth until I can release a light into her end of the tunnel throat. She wanted to make bad decisions her body would be proud of. Wanted me to break all of her messages in a bottle. Wanted me to mind trip her fuck falling in love with me alone. Wanted to replace pillow talk with sweaty skin, undress of a slut leaving her socks on. Wanted foreign language legs held high, speaking in multiple tongues as she moans in Rosetta Stone. Listen, lightweight angel, with those light as air ankles, my wishing bone broke my missing rib in two. Double dare damage, goddamn damn it, don't force my wishbone to crack the rapture again, I will. I'ma make no mistake, sultry, sexy, top shelf, expensive liquid pour of a river Styx in a dirty wine glass. A firefly full off a fifth of lighter fluid, getting drunk in the lighthouse with the lights out. Say I ain't. A missing teeth, midnight hummingbird's gospel prayer, sung in a list that the Lord can't understand. A sunset sitting silently next to several saints in the nosebleed section, searching for God. I am double daring that damage. Goddamn damn it! If I ain't a wild Irish rose raising up donations for the dead, then I'm a dead ass wrong shot screaming Vine and Vino Veritas concrete. Tell my scriptures I need living proof. Tell rodents well in fields of just follow your bipolar God's maze. There hasn't been a day I haven't. Tell marginal, from margin to margin, make no mistake, I'm a monster made of saliva, snake venom spit. Mouth of the madman with the madman's mouth-to-mouth madness of a mind matching Gandhi's grit. Know my graceful exit sign smile sleeps comfortably underneath the bottom of God's untied shoes. No, I doubt Daddy didn't know we missed our pearly gate curfew because Christ confiscated our fake IDs. Point me to the closest Walmart. I heard Let's Make America Great Again is coming with rollback prices. Point me to slave trade, whip slave ships, slave chains, and that middle passage that made America great from the jump, Mr. Trump. Point me to the closest target for I need to replace the old ones on my back, like my face plants on homegrown in the Garden of Eden. Like for the last 252 months, Michael Jackson's moonwalk hasn't been my mistaken identity. Every skeleton I know, Kim, has a key to my closet. Each of them has a poker face you could die for. And God forbid they ever learn to bluff because hell ain't ready for the truth they tell, let alone the lies they can hide if they learn to disguise themselves. Last night, I caught a glimmering glimpse of a suicidal firefly flicking off its own light switch and cried. Let's see if I can implode and explode one more poem. I got something special for us to have a little fun because that's what we do at open mics. So here we go.
Cigarettes for breakfast, a tall boy for lunch, Jack Daniels for dinner, still ain't enough. I got a closet in my pocket, a stomach full of lies, a never-ending cyclone is scraping up my eyes. Nothing seems to matter, no one keeps me full, and time knocks in my stomach. I'm tired of playing cool. Just give me a confirmation. Don't paint me a pretty lie. Just give me one reason to not want to die. Oh, love, don't be so cruel. Oh, love, I'll break all your rules.
You split a blunt with your pinky nail, filled it with my most memorable face plants and a lot of weed. Held hands with all of the mistakes I made and got so stoned you heard Hendrix and the wind cry Mary. I never fell in and out of love. I belly flopped and cannonballed into it. You, with your Kid Icarus orgasm, solar flare, I tried big bangs and fell from the sky. Make no mistake, before you ground me, moon madness metaphors and made me a Martian. Made my missing rib the sexy skeleton key virgin angels slip out of their chastity belts for. Made my always slide condoms over my karma so when she stops by to screw me over again, I'd be safe. Stage fright, your lipstick across my crowd surf collar blown and stick the landing. Suture stitch my performance anxiety out of love notes and paper cuts and slow golf claps. I'm so sorry, so sore here. Massage therapy mouth, unzip your jeans and manipulate my gravity. Aurora borealis and anesthesia and amnesia and guitars all applaud. Human, you are God's only encore. Sachet skin crawl, leave love here before we lose our tempers, before our funny bones punchline you, before our rock slide shy shoulders almost make me miss her avalanche unpaved parking lot bombs. Never picking up her phone on the first 3 rings because Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost prank call too much. Never once did she tell me she trusted me, only underdogs and misfits and halos with loony bins within them. Her pro-con list, her stolen ex-con text, diapers because she loved, because she always knew how to go apeshit. Ceiling fans spun from underneath the tops of prescription bottles and dared our cross-country to breathe. As if Lady Liberty slipped off her lingerie just for us to take shots of bourbon from her garter belt. Americana, we were weirdos without a guest list, guilty of crashing any pity party we could find, always waiting for angels to cliff jump off into her jeans, as if her Molotov mouth wasn't made from 2 parts. I don't give a damn, as if the last part wasn't pardon me as I kissed the sky, as if all the variety gear gods weren't sponsored by bartenders and bar stools, Jack Daniels and John the Baptist, Jose Cuervo and a juvenile Jesus Christ, as if her maker's mark bourbon breath didn't daydream she would be the holder of holy water as a kid, as if asking hardworking angels if end of year Christmas bonuses for making prayers meet were worth it, or where heaven's heavy taxes were worth the worry, or whether Thursday's grins were on furlough from our karma, making it through hump day without birth control. If you leave, the birthmarks above my collarbone will hang themselves from Adam's apple, as if hunger was to free will, as if fig leaves were to curfew, as if bright IDs kept cliches as chains off doors, as if porch lights still stayed on, as if our late nights lived in light bulbs, as if spinning around our wine bottles were lighthouses, as if love didn't look like it came in waves crashing down, as if our skin wasn't for as sure as parting us while we kissed the sky, as if our insecurity wasn't fluent in speaking pillow talk, as if she wasn't as gorgeous as an alcoholic asking a bartender for another goddamn drink, as if her jukebox didn't go juke joint Jimi Hendrix. Excuse me while I kiss the sky, as if please pardon us as we kiss the sky, as if our ambient ambilify and alibi parades, as if their royalty wasn't, as if they're not gateway gods, as if they're not homecoming kings, as if they're not crowning charismas on Prince Charmings, as if they never stood up on every float they found on heroin, as if blushing tiaras aren't hiding themselves, as if storybook endings aren't all in rehab, as if fairy godmothers and their princesses aren't powdering their noses with Snow White. I got a closet in my pocket, a stomach full of wise, a never-ending cyclone. You're scraping up my eyes. Nothing seems to matter. No one keeps me full. Untied knots in my stomach. I'm tired of playing cool. Just give me a confirmation. Don't paint me a pretty lie. Just give me one reason to not want to die. Oh, love. Oh, love, don't be so cruel. Oh, love. Oh, love. I'll break all your rules. I swear I'll break all your rules. Thank you, Kim.
Awesome. Oh my gosh. Wow. The lines in that last poem. Wow. Amazing. And Justin, I'm going to bring you on just for a second too, for your particularly that line of the jukebox line at the end there. Oh my gosh. It was just like a powerhouse of just really great lines. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Loved it. Such an honor to hear you.
Get out of here, man. Y'all guys are like, it's crazy. Skill and still sharpen still. So like I fed off Justin's anarchy in the beginning, you know?
Yes.
Like, Justin, you're dope. And Justin be looking at me like, yo, you smoking crack. Like,
yeah.
Moody.
Y'all were just so light years ahead of me emotionally and creatively. I was just kind of a big idiot. So I just learned.
You were young, Justin. When you first started coming out, you were like very young. But one thing, Justin, if you remember too, Maze like had this almost cult following as far as his voice. It was crazy at the time. People may not realize this now, but at the time when Maze was performing, there were so many people that were that you just had such a distinct voice and a rhythm in the way that you present your poetry. There were so many up and coming poets that were so heavily influenced.
Oh yeah, just so many people. Yo, you know what show was amazing that I still remember is that show. It was you, Jonathan Brown, and Kevin. Just Cause at where was that place at? It was at like
in Greenville.
Yeah, it was in Greenville. It was on like White Horse Road or something.
Oh yeah.
Called it because from beginning to end, we just like everything. It was
amazing. That was an amazing show.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you, man.
I think it was before Radio Room.
Yeah, it was Radio Room, but it's not built yet at that time.
Hey,
hey, hi.
So good to see you.
See you guys.
Oh, how awesome. What a treat. I love all the cameo appearances. Yay. Cool, yes. Cool. Awesome. Well, Justin, go ahead, Maze. I'm sorry.
I'm just dying to hear Justin. Like I'm one of his biggest
fans. Right? Yeah. I know. We got to get Justin going here. Okay. So I'm going to go backstage and I'm going to put Maze backstage. And Justin, if you would do 2 poems, that would be fabulous.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Wait, that was me. Okay, now I'm removing myself.
Hey, thank y'all so much for having me. Thank you to Kimberly. I'm just kind of thank you all y'all. And just today has been amazing. Moody and Maze and Swan and all those poets back then were just like so light years ahead of me when it came to like emotional maturity and being a poet, and they just inspired me so much, incredibly, like beyond words, just being around them and soaking in their energy and being able to like hear the way they could just create these worlds inside poetry. And it was just like, you know, it was, I didn't understand how great it was. I mean, I understood how great it was, but I didn't understand how much it was influencing me at the time, kind of thing. So I'm just going to do 2 poems real quick. I just put out this album. It's called Unlearning White America. And I got to work with this really awesome producer. So it sounds really great. And I don't know how to sing. Or really anything musically. So I'm going to do these poems and like 2 poems from the thing. And they're going to sound really much better on the album, Unlearning White America, which is unlearningwhiteamerica.bandcamp.com. It's also on Spotify and Apple Music. So if you like it, go listen to the music, and it's going to be way better. So here we go. This is called, I'm going to do this poem first. It's called White Christmas in My Hometown. And I'm actually from Greer, South Carolina. And I was raised there. And this poem is to a bunch of the people that I grew up with that are still kind of stuck in the same thoughts they were 20 years ago. So here we go. It's called White Christmas in My Hometown. Here we go. Merry White Christmas. You've become your parents. Open up your presents. It's the rest of your life. Your dreams were calling, but you stuck to the system. Now you have no purpose in being alive. Ho, 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 it's White Christmas time in my upper middle class cracker town. No more snow on the ground, but still covered in white people aplenty. Guess Santa forgot to send the memo down the chimney on each child receiving an equal opportunity. Our system is isolated by class, so the poor children go to the schools that are in poverty. So that means they're not educated properly. So when they say, hire me, you reply, sorry, you're not scholarly. But what you mean is you don't look like me because you're not from my higher class society. How can you not see that's robbery? He should pull himself up so it don't bother me, says Charlie over here, the rich white man drinking the same beer at the same bar for the last 30 years. I work. White privilege don't put gas in my tank. I know it's hard for your mind, but I ask you to critically think. Your trust fund money came from a different time, from the motel your grandpa owned. To open it, he got a loan from the bank while black people got redlined. No, it's because he had collateral, which was the land his grandpa gave him, where his grandpa ran his slave plantation. So the money you're spending was made by racism. Man, whatever, snowflake, I don't care. It don't affect me. Actually, it does, because the way you live unaware of the endless atrocities of our society without empathy for what it puts others through, that's how you treat you. Just as you never questioned your lineage or your privilege, you never challenged your life, just did as white daddy said without thinking, is this what I want? Is this even what I like? Receiving his validation meant more to you than you creating your own life. Do as I say, get good grades, don't be gay. I love you, daddy, okay. Don't have emotions, and if someone makes you feel, beat them up. Okay, daddy, if I do that, will you still love me? You know I don't have love. In that moment, you stopped growing. Time took off in a flight. You woke up 20 years later in the same mind that's learned nothing new. You haven't had an original thought since middle school. Until you realize you're the fool, you're holding our whole country back. Life has changed. We're not born to stay the same, but you must feel beyond your reptilian brain to know that. That's a problem. You can't feel it all. Your emotions can't make it through the wall you built to protect yourself from daddy's delusions and your true potential. You're so afraid to step outside your white privileged life to your own soul, you're a fucking criminal. So when the heart attack comes, you might think it's unexpected. But nah, it's from ignoring your own heart and living in deep, daddy, silent self-rejection. So happy holidays. You're still a racist. White privilege eroded your mind. Did as you're told, now you're old. You're going to need a better savior than Jesus Christ. All right, that was that one. Let's see. This next one is it's called Honey, Tell Daddy It's Time for Dinner. Now, I actually wrote this poem around the time that when I first started coming out to those mics. So I'm going to perform that one. All right, here we go. This is also on my album. It's called Honey, Tell Daddy It's Time for Dinner. Here we go. Unlearning White America. Here we go. Dad, it's time for dinner. Dad, it's time for you to remember you are at the cause of it all. Dad, if you're such a badass, then why is what you stand for so small? Dad, the abusive asshole your daughter dates come from you avoiding your feelings. Dad, instead of giving her your credit card, how about understanding her into healing? Dad, the boss yells at you, so you yell at us because you're too much of a bitch to stand up. Dad, you're all about being man enough, yet you're not man enough for love. Dad, I've never met someone so afraid of hugs. Dad, kiss the earth, throw your arms around a tree. Dad, your anger is keeping you from feeling free. Dad, when you beat my ass, all I felt was your pain. Dad, that time you crowded the plate, I threw at your fucking head on purpose. Dad, you're only rich because you're white. Dad, why'd you give up on the life of community service to serve the foundation of white supremacy? Dad, I suck dick just so you'll hate me. Dad, you're scared to death of your emotions. That's why your only devotion in your life is to sports. Dad, you're a mascot for a dead world. Dad, you think you're conservative, but really you're a bigot. Dad, thanks for the small dick. The chicks really dig it. Dad, the picture of our family smiling above the fireplace is a lie. Dad, your pride is frozen you from inside. Dad, your friends who died in war died in vain. Dad, massage your brain and put down your gun. You didn't get drafted because the army didn't think you were man enough to be buried in Arlington. Dad, your racist jokes are cops murdering innocent black people. Dad, you claim a cold heart, but you're just afraid to confront your own evil. Dad, if you really did, you'd light me on fire in the middle of the night and watch my brain melt. Dad, you think you hate gays, but really you just hate yourself. Dad, there's a world outside your television. Dad, there's a planet outside your subdivision. Dad, there's a universe within your inner vision. Dad, you should have had the balls to run like your father did. Dad, face your trauma and find a fucking therapist. Dad, I'd gladly never been born to give you the chance to stand for something, to be Bob Dylan. Dad, you're so angry all the time because your feelings are so hurt. Dad, you think it's Satan, but it's your Old Testament God who was the prostitute shitting on your chest after work. Dad, it's not going to kill you to be vulnerable. It's going to kill you to not be. Dad, it was so sad for me to see you holding back tears at your father's funeral. Dad, when you die, I'm crying my ass off. Dad, I will not have children until I've forgiven you and taken this hateful mask off. Dad, I ate your fucking dinner and I have to take a shit. Dad, I'm using your fucking shitter. All right, that was that one. Yeah. That's pretty.
Oh my gosh, that was great.
My dad never hears. But I wrote it in when I used to, like, a long time ago, when I had a lot of issues with him.
Awesome. It's so funny because I think that one of my early kind of descriptions of your poetry was Bukowski meets Whitman.
Oh, cool.
And
that's really nice.
Yeah, I think that still holds up.
All right.
I love your edginess.
The young age.
I think actually one of the things that I really admire about your poetry is the way that you really give yourself permission to just go there. Like, you know, in all your poems, you don't hold anything back. And I think so many of us as writers don't reach our full potential because we don't give ourselves permission to really say everything that needs to be said sometimes.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So I really admire that about you. Awesome. Well, thank you, Justin. I'm going to
thank you so much.
pop you backstage for a minute, and then we may come back here at the end for a quick more discussion. So awesome, because we have a surprise guest.
All right.
So we have a surprise guest who's managed to make. This is really exciting, actually, because like right now we have some folks who come to Wits End, like beginning slam teams and current slam team members, and we have Mace Forever, who is the founder of Respect the Mic, and now we have Mr. Jaw here, who is the current slam master for Respect the Mic. I think for when the world returns back to normal. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Yes, when the world returns back, that would be so great.
I know, right? Now you're doing virtual shows, is that right?
I am. Well, we were doing the drive-in, but once they put a kind of little restriction on Charlotte, and they kind of shut it down a little bit more. And we were people in the building went to 25. And since I got a baby on the way, I'm like, you know what? Nah, I'm good. We're gonna pass for a little bit and shut it down.
Yeah. Yeah. Were y'all the ones that were doing a thing where it was like a roll-up door and y'all were performing and then the cars were out?
Yeah,
that was dope though.
I miss it. Like they call me every Sunday, like, yo, when you bringing it back?
Right. I feel that though, because we did a live show in October, November, but we decided to skip this month because it's getting a little bit crazy. Right. But listen, let's get you doing a poem here. I'm gonna sit backstage and then we're gonna bring everybody on at the end.
Okay, good. I'm gonna read something really quick that I'm working on, and hopefully y'all will like it. I've been trying to find the words to express how it must have felt. To turn your back to an enemy only because his authority oversees your humanness. I've been struggling with words, trying to hide the fear of losing everything we thought you would be. All because you were a Black man. And the law says you are already guilty, says you are always up to something. Everything about you says criminal. It says wrong. It says slavery, orange jumpsuits, or body bags. Even your smile has tainting. I guess the whites in your teeth says bullseye, maybe target practice, even when you are submitting. They say the battle is not yours, but it is with your Lord. Just as you are now buried, body, soul, and body cam footage. The video without commentary, yet the prosecutor knows the story. He's read this one before, memorized it like his favorite rock band, the song he listened to on Easter Sunday. My guess is right before the dark of the night came in, your raised hands looked like deer antlers. The streets began to scream. Casualties trailed from the white sheets that kept your lifeless body warm. And that Red Sea landmarked its face on that St. Louis pavement. All we could see was a patrol car and the enemy's bat signal whirling like a merry-go-round. Someone said there was no struggle, but there's now a body laying in the street. Someone said they heard shots, said they saw someone running, said he had his hands raised. They said you were submitting to an enemy who didn't seem to care. A marksman dressed as a police officer, moving forward with his hand wrapped comfortably around a handgun. Much like Jason Van Dyke, like Brett Hankins, like Timothy Loman, his eyes was fixed on a target just like training day, he said, fixed on the black mask before him. He repeated on the stand, my training kicked in. And all I could see was a target, and it was the same color I practiced on. Now we live knowing you died because of your color, because it was a threat, because fairy tales rarely end with your complexion in its title. And now, with our eyes fixed on this box, the forever home you have gone way too young to belong to, we stare at you and miss you. With the biggest smile erased from forever, we will forever remember you, never forgetting you past your beautiful wings or that beautiful black skin we will love from here on. So may you please rest in peace. Mike Brown.
That was great.
Thank you, Kim.
Oh my gosh. I gotta bring Moody. I'm gonna bring you on. And Maze, we're gonna bring you on here for a second. We're gonna have a little talk. That was awesome.
Appreciate it.
Man, I didn't know he's gonna be on here, man.
I didn't either. I snuck in.
That's what's up.
You got it, baby. How you? GP
Down
Mays in the
great,
building.
man. That's a man right there.
Now,
But Justin
John,
Blackburn.
let me get our other folks in here. So, John, when you started running Respect the Mic, was May still there, or did you start coming out while he was there, or
No,
was there?
I've never met Mays.
Wow.
Blackberry was in charge, and then
Okay.
Yeah, and then I took over. Yeah.
And you've been running that
crazy.
for a long time.
2016.
Yeah.
2016.
Time
We
goes so fast.
got the founder of Respect the Mic and the person who got the baton now. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah.
How does that even happen, right?
Now,
Wow.
May, y'all started the Wine Up, is that right, in Charlotte?
Yes.
Uh-oh, I can't hear May.
Wine Up kind of became the.
We may just be having a
now.
Yep, I can hear you now.
That problem. Yeah. Awesome. Can you repeat the question? Because you kind of faked that on me.
I was just saying you I think we're having a little bit of internet issues, but you started the Wine Up. Is that right?
Yeah, we had JP kind of started an open mic on Tuesday that eventually I ran, and then we had like a show Thursday. So between Slam, South Carolina with you guys, and 2 shows a week, it kind of became, and then Respect the Mic kind of got birthed. Then you got Slam Charlotte, so then you have like just chaos every day of the week. So it's dope. It's dope.
Oh yeah. I really May, I think you had some headphones in earlier because I think we may be getting a little bit of feedback on you. But one of the things I remember around that time period, it was like there were like no slams, and then suddenly it all just blew up in the South. And it's so amazing that we've kept that momentum. I think in the South, Charlotte especially is still such a powerhouse in the spoken word scene. And maybe it's me. I'm gonna take my headphones off. Moody, what do you think?
I totally agree, man. I mean, I think looking at us, Atlanta, Charlotte, it's been an ongoing thing as far as carrying the torch in the South, man. You know, and salute to the Guerrilla Poets. They got some awards from Charlotte. My man Shane and Ja got some awards for their work in the community and in poetry. And salute to you guys. Salute.
Appreciate it.
Definitely.
But yeah, definitely, man. I think us three, the North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia, we've been holding it down, man. Yeah. Hold it down.
Go.
I mean, it's been amazing how.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna say it's been amazing how quickly I think all the poets adapted and got shows immediately, like seamlessly, just immediately were on Instagram and Facebook doing shows like within like a week. Like by the end of March, we were all like, okay, let's go.
And I'll be remiss if I don't mention Black on Black Rhyme in Florida. They've been holding it down for a long time.
Totally.
You know, yeah. So I got to give props to them and folks in Texas. They've been doing their thing. So the South been doing it, baby. South been doing it.
Let's go.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. And it's great to see this slam continue to grow and everything, because I think there was a few years where things got quiet, like in 99 and 2000, 2001. And now it's just been on this upward, continued renaissance, which has been amazing. Well, this has been so fun. And I cannot wait till we can all get back together in person again in 2021. Yes, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Have a big, we all going to be having a big poetry party as soon as we can, I think.
Hey, y'all got to come up to Nashville.
Yes, we do.
Our slam going again. We had a pretty good scene going for a little bit.
Now, y'all are doing Wednesday night open mic virtually, right?
Yeah, we do that. But yeah, we had a once a month slam that was going really well. It was like packed out.
Right. Justin was hosting that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, you guys have really got that going, because Asheville people who I adore are a little bit hesitant about the whole concept of competing with poetry. It's
Yeah.
kind of a little bit harder to sell up there sometimes.
Yeah, everybody's like a hippie and they don't believe in competition.
Yeah, giving people numbers.
Yeah, they don't. That's fair.
But you've won them over.
Yeah. Yeah,
You've
no,
been
it's
winning them
been
over.
great. We've had a lot of people come out, a lot of cool people, good audience. It's been awesome. One time Breeze came. This was a kind of a funny story.
Let's go.
Breeze came and just destroyed everybody, right? for some reason, there was like a kid beat him in the final round who just ran off his phone. Like, and Breeze's poem was like flawless. It was incredible. It was like a 30. And the kid somehow got like a 29.8 by just reading his phone. And yeah, it was pretty. Breeze was like looking around like, what? So was I. I was like, how did he not win? That was like so much
Welcome
better.
to Asheville.
Yeah.
Listen,
Hey, man.
welcome to Southern
It be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
2016.
It be like that.
That last round, she read from her phone about her grandmother, and it was over. It was over.
Yeah.
We have a poet like that on the Greenville team right now. She will
Really?
she will take a poem she wrote yesterday and read it from her phone and get a 30 and kill everyone.
Wow.
Yeah, ER. She dope,
Yes.
man. She dope. She dope.
I'm looking
It's
forward
amazing.
to together. I'm so ready. Yeah, I'm ready for the season. I'm ready for all this to start getting going again.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, man. This lock behind the camera is cute, but you know.
Yeah, you're not there. You don't feel the energy. It's not like, yeah.
Yeah, you don't really feel it.
Yeah, ended up heckling.
No.
Yeah.
I learned that in the South since I've been down here.
No, it's something about my
Right.
and like it just feeling somebody's energy directly. Like it's a completely different show. It's a different feeling. It's a different energy, and I think that's what I miss the most. Just feeling connected to people through an energy, and I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
Oh yeah. So we're going to be back January 17th in person at Cough Underground. Thank you for everyone who's hung in here with us. Please subscribe to Carolina Poets on YouTube. We I think we're like 10 people away from getting our custom YouTube channel. Like it's literally that close.
So on
We need to
17th,
get 100.
does that mean like only 18 people can come or what? Like for that slam that y'all are doing?
No, yes. So it's going to be just we're going to just start with open mic and with just like features, and it'll be 18 people. But then for the slam, we'll go back to either Artistry or Reddit 28 for the Black History Month slam because normally when we slam at Cough Underground, we sell 74 tickets and have 12 poets, and we can't do that at Cough Underground during the end of the pandemic, obviously. So. But Artistry, with that roll-up door, it's definitely for those of you out there that have come, it's really been very socially distant, safe. Justin, I mean, what did you think of the setup there?
Oh, great, yeah. That was a fun time.
Yeah, and you got with the roll-up door, and they have heaters inside. You kind of get the
outside and stuff.
Yeah, we had 40 people and it still felt really empty in there. So we're definitely going to stick to that for the slams. We may not have a slam every month immediately, but if we can do something at least every other month, because this has been really fun, but also in person.
Totally.
Well, audience, thank you so much for sticking with us. Thank you for hanging out with us. This has just been a powerhouse of poets. We have poets here from representing 4 different cities, which is fabulous. And please like our Facebook page at Wits and Poetry. Follow us on Instagram and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Y'all have a great night.
Y'all have a great one. Thank you.